Today, I want to talk about how to find the right real estate agent for you. My name is Connor Olson. I'm a realtor here in North Austin, and this is a very important topic, is how do you find the right real estate agent for you? Not everyone is a good fit. I'm not the right fit for everyone, and a lot of clients aren't the right fit for me. So this is going to be talking about how to find the right person for you. So the reason why this is so important is buying a house is usually one of the biggest purchases that anyone will ever make. And it is one of the most stressful processes to go through. So you want to make sure that whoever you're spending that time with is going to make the process easier. They're going to be helping you out, throughout the process, and that you enjoy spending time with them. So that's rule number one: is do you enjoy spending time with them? If you don't like spending time with your realtor, then you're not going to enjoy touring homes with them. You're not going to enjoy talking to them on the phone. It's very, very important that you enjoy spending time with them, because you never know how long it's going to take to find that right house. I've had some people who found the right one on the first tour. I've had some that takes a year and a half to find the right property. So you really need to enjoy spending time with that real estate agent. Question number two is you need to ask them, do they do this full time? It is very important to know if this real estate agent is doing it part-time or full-time. For me personally, I started off as part-time. I worked a normal job and did real estate on the side, and I juggled that for about a year. At the time, I thought, it doesn't matter that I'm doing this part-time. I'm still, spending probably 20 hours a week doing this, working with clients, touring properties. I have enough insight that people should use me. Now, looking back, I kind of think that was not the right mindset to have. So I had some clients who flat out told me, I'm only working with someone who's doing this full time. And I took that personally, and looking back, I don't blame them at all. I think that is a smart choice that, if you're okay working with someone part-time, just know that you have to work around their work schedule, that they might not have as much experience as you would hope, that they might not be super dialed into the market because they're spending so much time on their other job. So it's important that you know if that real estate agent is part-time or full-time, and that you're okay with that decision. Number three is you want to know how many people have they helped. How much experience do they have doing real estate? Over 50% of realtors sell one home or zero homes per year. So are you just picking a random person you just met or your friend that just got licensed? They might not have the insights that you might need to accurately go through the process. So that is one thing to consider. Another thing is, maybe it is your friend and you want to support them, and you're totally fine with that, with them not having, the most experience that other people might have. So you just need to know how much experience they have and where they are lacking in their experience, because like I said, it's a big decision. It's a unique process that most people don't know unless they've gone through it. The next question is, have they done or helped someone do what you're trying to do? For example, have they personally bought a home if you're looking to buy a home? Have they invested in a rental property if you're looking to buy an investment property? Now, these are not deal breakers, but it certainly helps. You don't know how difficult the process is of buying your own home until you go through it. And it's a very emotional process. And when you're looking for yourself, it's extremely emotional. So they need to be able to relate to that. Again, it's not a deal breaker, but I've found that it's extremely helpful. So do they have experience doing what you want to do? Have they helped someone buy a new construction home in the past, or have they purchased one themselves? You need to know if this is their first time doing it. And if it is, you need to be okay with that. Next question I would ask is, what is their experience with negotiations? Can they give you an example of where they were able to shift the negotiations in favor of their client? Have they gotten significant price decreases, or maybe are selling a home and got the buyers to come up a significant amount? Is there anything where they have some history to point to of going through the negotiating process? Because that's a huge part of this job. Next question is, do they know or have intimate knowledge about what's important to you? For example, some people are asking me a ton about school districts, different schools, the pros and cons. Now, I have a 3-year-old and a 1-year-old, so I'm not super dialed into the school system yet. Whereas I know people who have kids in high school and they've lived, in multiple parts of town, so they have experience and they have family, friends all throughout town, so they're talking always about school. If you're looking to get some advice on the best school district, you might want to go to that person. So another example is if you are looking for a place super walkable, maybe like a downtown condo. I live in the suburbs, I have a backyard for my kids. I'm probably not the right person to give you advice on condos. So that's just one example. There's no distinction. Like, I could help you find a condo, but am I the right fit for you? Maybe not in that sense. The next thing that's important to know is, can they explain the difficult concepts to you? So in real estate, there's a ton of terms that you've probably never heard before, or maybe you've overheard family members, friends, parents talk about it. And there's a lot of explaining you need to do, especially if this is your first time purchase. So they need to be able to walk you through from A to Z exactly what to expect. Now, there's always going to be hiccups. There's always going to be bumps in the road, but they need to know the process of how we start and how we finish. And if they can't explain that, then they might not have as much experience to advise you through this process. The last and most important thing to think about, and my personal pet peeve, is, are they trying to sell you a home or are they trying to give you advice? So one thing that's unique about being a real estate agent from my perspective is we try to sell ourselves when we get a client. So if I'm meeting for you for the first time, I'm explaining to you my expertise. I'm going to be explaining to you my work history, what you can expect throughout the process. So once you agree for me to be your real estate agent and you to be my client, and it works out both ways, then we start touring homes. Now, as we tour a home, it is the buyer's responsibility to look at the home, figure out if it's right for them. And what I've noticed is when people start touring homes, they kind of have different lenses that they are looking at the home from. It's almost kind of like rose-colored glasses, where they gloss over a lot of details and they're mostly just focused on, what's this layout going to be like? Is this going to be right for my kids? Do I like the neighborhood? Things like that. And as a real estate professional, I don't have that same lens of how I view touring homes. So my goal is to point out everything that's wrong with the property. So I like saying, this roof looks bad. We're probably gonna need to get it replaced. Your water heater is 10 years old. You have a couple years left. Your AC is brand new. You're safe there. I want to go through and point out everything that's wrong with the property so you know going in what you can expect. I don't want to try to sell you on the specifics of the kitchen, because to me, you have your own preference. You know if you're going to like the kitchen or not. I want to point out everything else that you're not seeing. So that's my personal pet peeve, is I don't want to sell you the home. I don't care if you buy home number 1 that we tour or home number 20. It makes no difference to me. I want to make sure you know what to expect from a financial perspective going into home number 1 and going into home number 20. That's it for this video. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My contact info is right there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.